All right. So I'm looking at this person, and clearly there's something that they're not wanting to let go of. And there's a lot of fear and anxiety when it comes to you in terms of what it is they need to let go of in order to have a relationship with you. And while they're going through all of this, you're just kind of like in this place of not really doing anything. It's like you're waiting for them to do something, but they're not. So let's start with the Ace of Wands. This being the overall, I look at that and think there is an opportunity for you to start a relationship with this person, or we're talking about the passion getting like restarted between you and this person, especially if you have history together. But the history between the Empress and the Four of Pentacles, I think that in the past, in regards to this person, there's a part of you that wanted to like take care of them. You know, not that, I don't want to say that you were willing to give everything of yourself to this person, but there is a little bit of that feeling. But like with the Empress, what I'm getting is that there is a part of you that feels like you can help them, or that there was something going on in their past that you could have helped them with. Like say they needed a place to live, you would have been like, you know, you can come and stay with me. Or like say they needed some money, looking at the Four of Pentacles, right? You would have been like, well, I can help you out. But I look at the Four of Pentacles and I feel like this person does not want to open up to you, or does not want to accept anything from you. Like they would not have been open to receiving anything from you. It almost has a feeling of, I need to figure things out on my own. And then you moving into the Hermit, there, you know, this could definitely show that there's a distance between the two of you, especially with the Three of Wands, right? But we're not really talking. For you, you're going into this place where, like, I don't feel like they all out, like, just rejected you, but you don't have a connection with this person. But then I also think with the Hermit that you're really, like, considering whether or not this is something worth starting. And I say that because of the Ace of Wands being there. But I look at their Nine of Swords and I think that it's either about something that they're afraid to let go of and give in to you, or it's they've got a whole ton of other shit that they're trying to maintain right now. And that could be in terms of career, money, things like that, because of the Four of Pentacles. But when it comes to the idea of like starting this relationship with you, they're in a place of like fear. And it could be like fear of the worst. Now, when you move into the Three of Wands, this to me is like you waiting for them to do something. Like I look at this and think you've already set it into motion. Here's this Ace of Wands. I'm right here. I am right here and waiting. But they are not moving forward with the Hangman. They are still like needing to work things out in their own mind and see things differently about the connection that they have with you. Now, after this, looking at the outcome, I think that, you know, because I'm looking at this here, and I'm looking at the Ace of Wands being the overall, right? Passion being reignited, and there is, you know, the opportunity to start with this person, right? And wanting to take physical action, you know. But passion, right? But with the Six of Swords, we're talking about like needing to move on from any ideas that you may have around where you think this relationship is going to go. But more specifically, the way that you think that this should start, or if it should start at all. Because I look at the Six of Swords and I think about we need to move away from conflicting thoughts, more so this other person than you. But whatever ideas you have surrounding this person and the expectations in terms of the relationship, that is something that you're going to have to move on from, right? Now, death is like, I'm looking at it on your side and I'm thinking that that's it. That this is the last time that you are going to like extend yourself to this person. If they do not take any action, then for you, that's it. It's over and it's done with, and it's time to move on. I mean, just straight up looking at them, right? But for them with the Seven of Wands, it's like, wait a minute, I'm not done talking to you. Like all of a sudden now they have something to say, right? And I'm like, looking at it going, well, what the fuck, right? You know, because here you are like, I can help you. They're not wanting that at all. I can give you something here. And it's like, no, there's too much fear and anxiety, and I'm here waiting, and they're doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, when you're like, it's done, I have something to say. Wait a minute, right? I'm looking at like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why didn't you communicate before is what I want to say to the other person. And then the Two of Pentacles. Pisces, what kind of shit do you get me into? I think because of the Two of Pentacles and looking at the Four of Pentacles, let's say that they have like a choice between you and another person. All right. And that may be, I need to slow down, where the fear and anxiety is coming from. Like, if I let go of this and I give in to you, then what's going to happen? You know, that those thoughts are like plaguing them right now, even though there may be a passion for you and a want to like start something with you. And they're trying to maintain both, looking at the Two of Pentacles. But what they're trying to tell you now, when it's like a little bit too late almost, is what they want, right? What they feel like is going to give them, you know, the kind of emotional fulfillment that they're like wishing for or needing. But they're not communicating that to you. But then when they do, it's like really like harsh and defensive, because you're moving into this place of, okay, well then I'm not going to do this with death, right? Like, this is over with. I'm not going to extend anything to you again. Oh, really? You think you're going to come at me and be really defensive? Well, you know, let me hand your ass back to you. That's the Queen of Swords. I'm not playing these games with you. Good Lord, Pisces. All right. Now, with the Five of Swords here and looking at death, I kind of feel like this is external to the both of you. Now, for some of you, straight up, this could be like having extreme arguments and disagreements with this person, and then they go into silent mode. They don't want to talk about anything. They just want to move on from it, you know, especially with the Six of Swords being there. If there is this opportunity to start again with them, right? Now, on the other hand, though, the feeling initially that I got off of this was that this is something external, because I kind of go back to their Two of Pentacles and what they're like gripping onto with the Four of Pentacles and think, you are dealing with somebody who could possibly be involved with another person, and it's like they're winning. That other person is winning, right? Because they've got the person that you're focused on so like trapped in this like negative, scared thinking of what could be lost. Now, and they're not talking about it with the Four of Swords. They don't really want to get into those conversations. Now, if this is about what they actually want, this is like, I almost feel like you getting kind of fed up and words being used in a way that maybe they shouldn't. And that's where the silent treatment comes in. But the thing is they're getting really defensive because you're like, it's over. And with the Nine of Cups, again, it's, you know, what is it that they want? You know, what is going to bring them emotional fulfillment, right? And with Strength for you, I think that it's you trying to reserve yourself and reserve your words, right? Because of the way this person is acting and what's going on. But, you know, I look at Strength too and think that you're trying to find the strength to want to give them what they want, you know. But then when you move into the Queen of Swords, I'm not playing games with you. You can't keep doing this. You know, if you want to maintain this relationship, you're going to have to let something go. You have to let something go, or someone. But there's going to be a serious conversation. But because you're getting serious about this, because it's like all or nothing at this point, they get really defensive. And it's like they're trying to explain to you like what's going on, when really they should have said something before, when you were extending like this helping hand, so to speak, with the Empress. Now, I kind of look at this and I think that for some of you, it may be hard for you to like think about even starting a relationship right now because of your career. Not so much that there are financial like issues with you right now. Like, I don't think that that's it. I think that your career puts you in a place where it's not that easy for you to meet new people or get involved in a relationship. You know, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting off of that. Now, that's going to be for those of you who aren't really focused on someone, but I think that some of you are really doubting whether or not things are changing with someone in particular, because I look at the Seven of Wands and we're talking about, first of all, overcoming doubts, needing to overcome doubts. That's what this one is about, right? But with the Wheel, we're talking about, change in relationships. And again, like fate and destiny, an opportunity coming around for sure. But with the Four of Swords, someone is having a hard time opening up. I can't force myself to feel something that I don't feel. Now, that could be you or the other person, especially if there is someone that you have been focused on for a while and there may be an opportunity with this person right now, but there are a lot of doubts that come along with this. Specifically when it has to do with like feeling anything other than physical attraction or fulfilling that need because of the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about conquering something, right? To me, I've always looked at this and thought, it's another notch in the belt for somebody, but they like really wanted to see if they could have that, right? Like, yeah, I had that piece of ass. That's basically what that is. So there's no emotional connection, but this is definitely somebody that you can like casually hook up with almost. But then you move into the Five of Pentacles, but because of the moon being there, I feel like any idea of this being something more than what it is a fantasy because of the moon, right? Like, because you're talking about with the Five of Pentacles, the classic romance. But in reality, all you're really doing is just, hooking up. But you come into this doubting on whether or not, this is going to be something where you feel anything for this person or they feel anything for you. It's like you automatically doubt that part of it, but you're still taking advantage of the opportunity here, right? But this bothers me a little bit. But like I said, going back to finances and career, maybe because of your career that you can't really fulfill this, like want to have, the classic romance, right? Like, now that could be the other person though, too, because there's a part of this where I feel like Pisces is like, but this is what I want. This is what I see, but it's not real. That's the illusion. But then again, with the moon, we could be talking about the both of you kind of like fantasizing about how, the relationship could be, but it's not the Seven of Cups though, and that's what bothers me with the moon. And then you have the Hermit. Yeah. Okay. The Three of Swords. Yeah. So you could be getting involved with a person here who is still in a relationship, right? Because the Three of Swords, right, we look at this as like cheating, or at least somebody who knows they need to get out of a bad situation. But I also look at this and think that there is somebody that is like wanting this relationship to end, right? Like they want this to be over with. Now that could be you in terms of the other person, or it could be them with you. But because we're talking about Pisces singles, I feel like this is the person that you're dealing with. They're in a bad situation. And you two are definitely hooking up, right? But they're not doing anything, I think, to leave their situation or their relationship. And that may be where we can't like force ourselves to feel something. I feel like it's both sides in that case, right? So like they can't feel anything for you other than just, the physical need. But that's because they need to get out of a bad situation. But you already come into this like questioning it and doubting this person if they're going to, open up and like want to have a relationship with you because of this situation. But somebody feels something for sure with the Two of Cups, because we're talking about, the relationship, the connection between two people, but it's not happening with the Four of Swords, but we're definitely conquering something here. But I just feel like it's casual sex, but I don't know. I kind of feel like both of you maybe want this, to have that kind of connection, to have that kind of relationship. But I think that Pisces is more caught up in the illusion of it than the other person, to be honest. And then with the Hermit, I mean, obviously here it's, is this what I really want? Do I really want to have this relationship, or do I need to consider, how unrealistic my ideas around this person are right now? So yeah, I mean, give your relationship a chance. Self-explanatory. And I look at the Ace of Cups and I think that Because of the Queen of Swords, something must have happened in the past where there needs to be a new start with the relationship. This may be you. You may not be happy with what somebody else has done. The Queen of Swords is always focused on, in this deck, their partner and what they did wrong or where something is lacking, right? Like they're super focused on, you really hurt me this time. But with the Ace of Cups, there's a want there to kind of, refill the emotional connection between the two of you. So definitely a new beginning with the relationship, but somebody's bitter, right? And not in like a Page of Pentacles type of way, in like, I'm not going to allow you to hurt me again type of way. And then you have the Ace of Wands. And here is where, there's obviously the fertility with this one. And again, the passion, right? And then the start of that passion. But there's always this walking away from the past here, with the two people in the flame. Whatever happened in the past, we need to move on from and give in to the passion, right? But with the Hangman, one person is willing to do that, the other is not. And like I said, that could be you because of the Queen of Swords there. Or this is going to be the person you're dealing with. Male, female, doesn't matter to me, possibly air. But we're also talking about the bond that you have, right? Like somebody is so bonded here to this person that they're willing to wait. They're willing to wait for this person to get out of, this like limbo state, right? And then you move into the Three of Wands. And this is where, we're realizing that we still very much feel the same way about each other. Like the both of you are coming together going, yes, I still love you. I want to keep this relationship. And then you have the sun and it's beautiful. It's perfect, right? Perfect relationship. The sun is shining on the both of you and it looks great. So there is really a big effort here to, work on the issues in the partnership coming out. So it looks really good. And then the Queen of Wands. Okay. I see what's happening. The Chariot. Where is this relationship going? When you look at it with the Lovers, right? Like, what do you want? Do you want me or do you want the other person? That's what I feel like is going on here. But I don't necessarily see like actual cheating. I think that somebody got tempted, and that with the Lovers could be because somebody is like interjecting themselves, but this person is not very significant because I don't feel like that's them coming out with the Queen of Wands. I feel like that's either you or your partner, whoever got tempted here. But the Chariot is like wanting to give the relationship a sense of direction. It's the sneak attack, like somebody coming out of nowhere going, now I want to take control of this relationship. But because of the Queen of Swords, right? Like, okay, fine, you want to take this relationship in the right direction, then what are you doing? Where do you think you're going? Like, who do you want here? Like, I feel jealousy and I feel anger over the fact that your partner got tempted somewhere else, if that Queen of Swords is you, okay? Now, this is where I feel like the Hangman is coming in, where we need to let go of the past because it's a past issue. I don't think that this person is still tempted by someone else. I think that they honestly are realizing how very much bonded to you they are because of the way that you come out. But with the Queen of Wands, this is like, I'm not exposing all of myself. I am not giving all of myself to this just yet. But you're still there, right? And with the Sun and looking at the Three of Wands, I think that things are going to get better, right? And again, this is general. It's going to be for those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're dealing with a person here who got tempted, they may not have done something, they may have. But either way, if you are the Queen of Swords, you're not happy about it. Where is the relationship going? And if you're going to take control, then I don't know if I'm ready to let go of this just yet, right? But you do. But you're not, there's a part of you that's still going to be a little bit reserved, right? But I like that. Give your relationship a chance is what's like over all of this.